It's Nerdkurtz, the executive producer of the Vedkurtz Conglomerate Twitchcasts. We just wish to preface this year's 2021 Commendations broadcast that the material produced here on the Vedkurtz channel is solely created for entertainment purposes and should not in any way be taken too seriously. The rantings and ravings of the Vedkurtz Conglomerate, like in all the so-called arts, attempts to reflect upon coinciding experiences and transfer a perspective to induce a cognitive reaction within the viewers and or participants interacting with the concurring installation. With this virtual reality, which should never be confused with reality itself. To paraphrase an old saying, hate the chitin but love the chitter. It's just to say, not much of this can be taken too seriously. We at the Vedkurtz Conglomerate would like to thank all players on all platforms for continuing to play Dark Souls. That's DKS and tryhard code. And for continuing to keep the game's interactive features alive long past its decade's due date. Themes of this past year have been the same as they've always been. Balance versus imbalance, tryhards versus originals, honor versus BM, cable versus Wi-Fi, vanilla versus augmentation, honesty versus cheats, meta versus innovation, smoothness versus lag, and so forth. For those who have been offended by the Vedkurtz Conglomerate, we deeply apologize if our words hit home like that. But regretfully, we will continue to periodically rant and rave from this virtual Hyde Park Speaker's Corner soapbox. As we all crawl out from under the oppressor COVID-19, we here at the Vedkurtz Conglomerate wish you all the best and all the better in 2022. All right? Let's go. All right. Okay, thank you. That was Nerd there. Ned with you here, everybody. All right, you ready to get going? Cods, I'm not going to read this. This is garbage. Are you serious? Why do you want me to read this now? They've already heard one thing. All right. Okay, fine. I'll do that. Let me just start up the game at least, all right? Hang on a second. All right. Hi there. It's Ned again from the DSRPC Theoretical Understanding of Truth think tank with some stimulating green blossoms. A recent viewer postulated a tech move that we here at the Vedkurtz Conglomerate may or may not believe. Tech for the Vedkurtz Conglomerate is a highly conceptual assumption collectively assimilated into the player base through inferred transmission of perceived experiences or through information dissemination from YouTube, private Discord servers, or in-game DMs, which is then tested to be proven true. Now, what conditions must be present to do a verification of a theorized tech? Well, let us assume that in most perfect situations we have the same PC build on a closed network with very low latency and ping with equally skilled individuals. Testing would conclude a certain set of moves that would produce a certain tech. Yes, that's basic Vedkurtz. You're basic Vedkurtz. Why? Yes, I am. With zero latency, let us assume that a thorns might not cancel, but then at a higher latency it might. But introduce a plethora of variables like a 100 megabyte connection versus a 110 connection. One might be able to cancel or get the parry, whereas the other may not. Now throw in Gadget or CE in there, which creates a new effect on gameplay, or can fundamentally alter the vanilla version's gameplay. Consider this verified tech scenario. Toggling with the D-pad allows individuals to negate the poised stun lock if the toggle timing is correct and latency accounted for. Player 1 accuses Player 2 that they have a toggle script activated because their timing seems humanly impossible with the surrounding lag. There's no such thing as a toggle script, derp, says Player 2. I enabled infinite poise, idiot, pretended to time my toggles. Now, if a player is a CE user How can any standard tech they postulate be accredited versus vanilla gameplay? The fact the code is being knowingly or unknowingly adjusted is enough to spoil test results unless it is the intention of that individual to give themselves the upper hand by enlisting and introducing alternate scripts. It is highly doubtful that CE Gadget users have explored all the aspects of how enabled foreign coding interacts across all variables. And because of the human's confinement to the subjective experience, player A can only assume but never actually know what player B is experiencing. Consider also the Wi-Fi variable. Some players choose to use Wi-Fi even if they have access to cable because they perceive that desynchronization or extended iframes or hitboxes are easier to attain on Wi-Fi. Now, if a certain variable puts that person in an advantage, why shouldn't they use it, Ved? Well, son, it's just the age-old try-hardened mentality. Get as many advantages as possible to accumulate those wins. Wins which activate the ventromedial prefrontal cortex, an area associated with the processing of rewards. And little kids love rewards, don't they now, yeah? What does the brain part say to little player one? Hey kid, you want some candy? Yeah. Paraphrased, I have selfish needs, I do what benefits me. The Veds are not excluded from this process neither, but have become slightly numb to it with age. Perhaps that's why the players who cast Seek Guidance during a try-hard competition pulled off one of the most poetically understated rebuttals we here at the Vedkurtz conglomerate has ever witnessed in such with such try-harding parameters and expectations. All that we're saying is that DSR is fucked on PC because there are far too many variables interacting now to really draw any conclusions that would allow this game to be taken seriously anymore. Never mind like personalized third-party modificational influences. When players are dropping frames due to net or script choices or look like they're 30 FPS, how can a tech even be considered relevant since basic testing conditions are not even being met on an equal playing field? Now, if a study were done and the participants lied about their data, can that data be considered valid? Well, that's why institutions attempt to repeat the experiment to verify its validity. Now, in DSR, with all the androgynous ranks of cyber femboys gaming in dark dungeons while jacking off with third-party injectors, such data collection system would be relevant to the honor system. However, since honor is shunned, how can there be trust? Never mind the fact that pretty much any script can be hotkey toggled. And seriously, if you had a friend who constantly cheated on you, how can you ever take them at face value when they intend to be honest? Just like with the current VAC, why on earth would you want to inject with zombifying nanobots created by a fetus-eating cabal of vampiric Illuminati? That was satire, Twitch satire. You understand that, right? That's the funny thing about honor. If you can't be trusted, how can you be believed? Especially when you drop frames and look like a 30 FPSer to us. The Vedkurtz channel films in 60 FPS, so you wouldn't see that. Only frame drops. And that's why Kurtz might get in a live orgasm if a double BS occurs, because that syncing of minds, net, and verified tech can make us bust. We hope it was as good for you as it was for us. But these issues are the same across many multiplayer platforms where developers have abandoned their player base to its own devices. So, DSR PC is by no means any special situation. That's why the Vedkurtz conglomerate moves into the holiday season. They remind themselves that matches are only as good if the connection truly feels spiritually connected. You know, evenly fair, like that double BS cancel or synchronized double death. Tech or not, the Veds know when they meet another net or play style or player they like. or when the Veds meet a true original. And it's when the Veds bump into those individuals it makes us want to play again and again. As for the other Metaclone scripters and laggards, they're only remembered for being Metaclone scripters or laggards. Some people love that type of gameplay. Sorry though, interaction with that type of player base isn't a Vedkurtz fetish. We used to say here always GG. Now we say the GG part is up to you, because we promise you at the Vedkurtz Conglomerate that we're sincerely trying to give you the best net we're capable of right at any given moment we're in game. Hi there everybody, I'm here with my friend Bong on the net there, and we're going to bring you another broadcast of the Vedkurtz Conglomerate 2021 Commendations Review. Going back over the year, looking at a pile of different things. Handing out tons of different commendations to the different players who have partaken over the year. Now, I must preface everything that this is, of course, like, skewed, because I don't play much anymore, and everybody knows why. We just went over that. So I don't really know what's going on. I just know what I've experienced when I've been here, and that's what I'm going to talk about. So anything that's happening outside of that, well, it just falls outside of my experience, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to carry on and talk about my experience here. What was it? It was back in 2019 that Red Tryhard asked me, was this going to be an annual event? And honestly, that was 2 years ago, I guess, around this time. I had no idea if I would be doing this, but I guess I'm going to do the third one for us right now. I'm on my way to OT. Right now, I think, I'm not sure. We can take a look, see what the setting is here if anybody wants to come in game. Right now, I'm running a 123, 123 build. No password. We'll do Xmas, right? Xmas, like that, for those of you who are interested of coming in, if you want. You can put down your signs. I'll try to grab them if I see them. Otherwise, I'm going to be concentrating. Currently running a 123 build there, like that. All right? If anybody wants hats, I'll put some down here. There's bubble strength here, everybody. Bubble strength is coming in game. Look at that there. Look, we got that guy down there too. Alright, bubble strength. Hi there. Alright. Bubble strength, we got R1. He's midding as well. That's awesome. The bubble strength. Right. The problem is I can't fight. If I have to fight, I can't talk. And we got so much to get through here. So much to get through here. Bong, put down your sign here. Put down your sign there. Or you know, your spot's over here. Bong likes to put his spot over here. Put your sign right there, Bong. Right there. Right there. 1, 2, 3. Or no, Christmas, right? Sorry, Xmas. Out there. Xmas. Like that. Right. That Red Tryhard. I'm back again. Okay, let's go. Anybody can come in and body if they want as well. Look at that. We got a Gravelord up there. Alright, welcome to PC, everybody. Welcome to PC. This year's PC Welcome to PC Award goes to none other than who we normally start with. Who do we normally start with? Anybody remember? I certainly do. Where we start every year. Last year's Tryhard of Tryhards is now this year Welcome to PC Commendation winner. Held burst onto the scene with the help, I believe. At least I think it was. I think the help was from another player to encourage them to come and try out PC. After years of slagging PC, they finally showed up. Hi there. You can just wait here. People will be coming in a second. Just chill out for a second. You can kill me if you want. I got to talk here. Held showed up on the scene and became an integrated part of the PC culture here, which was great. After years of slagging PC and stuff, finally showed up. But what I'm still waiting for, Held, is some of that original flavor. You know, a lot of stuff, but I've been seeing Dasmins. I've been seeing a couple other players, a Pyro player that we all know. We've also seen an Ouroboros and stuff like that. When are you going to show up? When are you going to show up with something new and bring something truly new to PC? Please, Held, bring that. I'm looking forward to that. And everybody knows that I like to tease Held a little bit by using a female pronoun. That's because here on the Vedkurtz, Dark Souls Remastered. That's right, Dark Souls Remastered. Everybody, here we go. I'm just joking. I'm just fooling around. You know, don't mean anything by it. Anyways, welcome to PC, Held, and welcome everybody to PC with Vedkurtz Conglomerate here. Also, welcome back to PC goes to Tribe of Joe. Summoning failed for returning after an enormously long session playing Ark, which of course got a recent update. Well, good to have you back now. I haven't seen you in the mornings because I haven't been playing. He used to be one of my morning partners weekend mornings. Another thing here, which is impossible to see as well, is like somebody said I wanted to get on the Vedkurtz Conglomerate 2020, yeah, it was 2020, but didn't. And unfortunately, we don't have this anymore here. Because Twitch, as usual, they usually get rid of that. But young Master said here, this one here, he said he wanted to be on the Vedkurtz Conglomerate 2020 Commendation ceremony. There you go. Thanks for putting that in the title of your broadcast. Nice. There we go. I'm going to go stand in the corner again. What's the best corner? If you keep knocking me out, it gets knocked out. Here we go. Fisting time, everybody. Sup is fisting. All right. There we go. Look at that parry. That was sweet. That was sweet. Young Master, haven't seen you around much, but then again, like I said, I'm not here either. Now we're moving into some good stuff. Now, back at the beginning of the year, this person did the best troll invasions I saw. They were library invasions with a broken straight sword. It was Teef Quox who did it. He was going in on a PS4 and did invasions where he just trolled people for like a half an hour with the broken sword. It was really good, and it was unupgraded as well, roll BSing them and stuff like that. I don't know actually how people manage to have the patience to stay on there. It's always amazing when these people don't have an Alt F4 on PS4 and they just have to keep on taking it. All right, I gotta give somebody a little bit of a. There we go. All right, we're just gonna chill for a minute. I gotta keep on going here. I got so much to get through. Yeah, just dark beat me, sure, if you want. Just wait for more people to come in here. I was there. Oh, here we go. Hang on a second. Quick, get in here, Corsair. There you go. Here comes Corsair in here. Yeah. Look at that twitching there, right? There we go. Yeah. All right. Troll invasions. Not just that. Ty, as I like to say, from North Carolina, Ty from North Carolina, also pulled off a 13-hour stream of a hovel mum doing a standstill. Now, I'll put that up on my homepage on Twitch so you can see that. It was pretty good. It was like a real Banksy effort where we just saw the back of a CB hovel mum just huffing and puffing for 13 hours straight. I guess he had gone to sleep or something like that, or just smoked a little bit too much and went into a stupor. But anyways, quite good, quite good. I remember during that time there was another player who did a stream and then again hooked up to that stream again. That was pretty good. Thank you for doing that, Ty. Hope to see you again soon. Now, when it comes to streams, because that's sort of the place where we are right now, Twitch and streams and stuff like that. And I'm sorry I don't have your Twitch, otherwise I'd post it here right now. But there was somebody who, when they started speaking, I had no idea that they were going to have such a shockingly cute streamer voice. For somebody who is always, the one thing they always said whenever they came into the Vedkurtz channel is garbage PvP. That was the only thing they could tap because they're Cyrillic. They, maybe they're not very good at English. But anyways, Moonfoss. Moonfoss did a Cyrillic, a Russian stream where he talked. And I mean, it was honestly the cutest voice. It reminded me terribly much of Tomato. I'm not sure if you guys remember Tomato. But it was so terribly cute while being such a terribly violent person. So sweet sounding, but so terribly violent. Shockingly cute streamer voice goes to Moonfoss. Now, this is weird. I want to attribute this. I don't know who to attribute this to, but the best overlay on Twitch that I saw was the Dancing Chain Mom. Now, I feel like Moonfoss could have done it, but it could have been anybody else as well. So whoever did that Dancing Chain Mom, please notify me. I will definitely put that up when I post this on the homepage. Now, I usually talk about Dark Souls being like a fish tank, and I love Twitch because it's like looking into the aquarium with all the players swimming around doing their stuff. I love watching Twitch. I love watching Dark Souls Remastered. Sometimes PTD, but mainly Dark Souls Remastered on Twitch. It's amazing. It's so good. I like watching all the players and stuff like that. It's like the best fish tank ever. But when it comes to fish tanks, let me see if I can get this here. The best fish tank, though, totally goes to this guy here. Madness. Now, Madness, in the background, I see Madness's like badass fish tank sort of off in the back left hand corner there over his shoulder. I'm telling you, that thing looks awesome. I would love it, Madness, if you actually did like a 24-hour stream of your fish tank. If you just set up the camera and ran your Twitch on the fish tank itself. Can you do that? That would be amazing. Madness this year pulled off a really sweet Halloween special with a full Dracula like cosplay setup. It was great. I was totally impressed that you would actually do something like that. Go through all that effort. I really appreciate it when anybody puts that much time and effort into Dark Souls Remastered for the players to keep them pepped up. Thank you for that, Madness. Now, the best multi-layered crossover streamer. What do I mean a multi-layered crossover streamer? Well, like somebody who doesn't necessarily play Dark Souls, but plays Dark Souls Remastered once in a while, or did for a period. Anyways, this goes to a predominantly DS3 player who came in for a while. Look at that. God, there he was. That was a wipe out. Sup was wiped out by the Crystal Club of Bong there, everybody. That's Bong, by the way. Those of you who don't know. Anyways, crossover streamer goes to Grey Guru. Grey Guru loves Little Peep, loves Goth Boy Click, and so do I. And he did one of the classic drunk streams. And he got blasted. And he streamed for like 7 hours. He said it was vodka. We'll see his vodka then. And we barely stayed up, but was able to do it. Grey Girl, thanks for doing that and dropping in on Dark Souls Remastered. I watch your Dark Souls 3 just because I enjoy it as well. Thank you for that, but I haven't been able to find your Twitch account. I'm not sure if you got banned or whatever, but anyways, I would have put that up as well if crossed over to that too. Oh my, Wreath, hi there, Soccer Boy, hello. You guys are coming up soon. Don't worry, you guys are coming up soon too. I got a good one for you, Wreath. I got a real good one. Yeah. All right. This here, best Dark Souls Gravelord streams. Now I was said this before, and I'll say it again. Even though this is PS4, I honestly think that this guy here busts out some of the best elevator action ever. Blue Flame came in and show. He always puts on a good show. It's been quite a while. I think this was back in spring or whatever. He did a bunch of PS4 elevator action streams. They were awesome. So good stuff. And Blue Flame, such a good player too. Runner up in the 2019. Was it 2019? Yeah, it was 2019 Champions battle with Vilius. Good stuff. Anyways, haven't seen you around though much. Maybe you're running a new profile, or like I said, I'm not on too much anymore. However, this year's best news. Excuse me now, my throat's getting dry. Best new streamer. Best new streamer. Right? Just like last year's best rookie and best fashion, right? Has to go to this guy here. Complete sweetheart, Bia. Bia's pulled off some fantastic FCs, finishing up on his Saturday streams. They were totally amazing. I don't even know if I missed it, but I was hoping that there was going to be a tournament at the end of it. Perhaps I missed it. I mean, my summer was busy and stuff like that. Bia Umaniko, Saturday sort of morning EU time, can be found streaming occasionally these days. A little bit off, playing other games, I'm sure, since there's a lot of catching up to do. I heard you say the other day. I understand that as well. Bia Umaniko, best new streamer, especially for the Saturday FC hype that he was pulling off there. Those were great. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Even giving a bonus Sunday episode once in a while as well. Back-to-backs. Really appreciate that. Thank you for that, Bia. Now, when it comes to Dark Souls Remastered tournaments and stuff like that, I had to create a category to describe this. This is called the most concise narration when it comes to tournament narration. Now, you know Vedkurtz and stuff like that, he'll just yell whatever and just make it all like retarded sounding and stuff like that. No, that's what I'm calling myself, Twitch. I'm calling myself retarded, right? Okay? I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to call myself what I like. Anyways, like, are you into sort of like clinical prostrating or gynecological exams, or do you like those really like detailed like university lectures, like play-by-play examination of what's going on? Very concise narration. Very concise narration goes to DKS Revival for the tournament that they had a couple months ago. It was fantastic. I've never heard such a precise narration of what was going on stream. Very good, very well done, and looking forward to more of that PTDE stuff too. Appreciate you keeping it alive. We'll be getting back to you in your alt version as well, DKS Revival. I think it's your alt version anyways. Find out there. I don't know too much around here. Anyways, moving along. I also couldn't find your Twitch. Otherwise, I'd link it up here as well now. Moving along. DSR Therapist. Same as last year. Same as this year. Now, you know, like, when you're a rage dad like me, you ever notice these days that most of the movies out there are sort of geared to like 50-year-olds or something like that, and everything. I heard Bia say it before. He said, "Oh, I just can't stand it. What was it, Taken or something like that?" He said, and I was like, "Yeah, those are movies for rage dads." Now there's a ton of them out because dads these days are just a pent up bottle of like rage that's ready to explode, especially around that age. Now I just like to thank my therapist. My therapist last year helped me out. This year got me back playing a little bit again after I'd had a long break, just by simply watching him. Koksma has always had very good advice to me throughout the year whenever I watch his streams. I really appreciate Koksma's attitude. Cokers, that's right. He's so much fun. Appreciate it. Looking forward to more streams from you in the future. Now, moving along, right? Streamer of the year. Oh, it was that guy again. Good one. I'll just get back up here again. Did a good job there. That's like a I was interesting, like if that was brought from DS3 here, because it was never used before, and now it's like such a thing, and it's a good thing too. It's really good. Using the Avalon, electric Avalon. All right, I'll wait for you, Bong. I'll wait for you here. Anyways, Streamer of the Year. Now this is like from a good guy to a gopnik, right? This guy was very, very soft and all that before until he became like the biggest hacker in the world. But the funny thing about this guy is that like he uses his why he's Streamer of the Year. What makes him like set apart is this guy lives, eats, and breathes Dark Souls. He loves Dark Souls. He loves it so much, in fact, that he's created a VTuber. You know. I know. I'm waiting for this guy here to show up. Oh, there we go. All right. There you go. Go ahead. We're gonna finish it. I can do the whole show as like undead if that'll work better for all of us. I understand not everybody understands what's going on here. Here we go. What happened to the other guy? Did he jump off? It'll come here in a second. We can just wait a second. Anyways, where am I trying to get to? I'm trying to get to Victor Pilgrim. Victor Pilgrim not only like does regular streams on Friday nights, sometimes Saturday and Sunday, but he does all of these art streams specifically to show like just not to show anything, just to be creative with Dark Souls. And I have to say, anybody who puts that much effort into Dark Souls, that goes outside of the game itself to do things, to find a creative way of expressing themselves, believe me, I appreciate that more than anything. This year's Streamer of the Year goes to none other than Victor Pilgrim. Victor Pilgrim, fantastic. Keep up the good work, and make sure you link up to him too if you haven't done it already. But hang on a second. We got one more category here. One more category in Twitch, right? And this is called, I call this here the Twitch Profile of the Year. This is like Twitch shits and giggles. There's been one individual who has cut across all of the forums, and I'm talking about like Switch or whatever, or like PS4 specifically, but also comes to PC to chit chat. Now this player has also done whatever they could to be like active in the community and get the community going, you know? I know you're gonna. You keep kicking me. My controller's gonna fall on the floor. All right. Anybody can come in and body. We need somebody in here to body. Or else it takes forever this year. Right. I gotta finish up here then. Finish up on the Twitch section. Shits and Giggles. Community Leadership Award as well. Strims, chat, voice too. There's been so much stuff. But the profile this year, the Twitch profile of this year, goes to none other than Ninja Seal V2. Ninja Seal V2 has been active across like all platforms, trying to like sort of maintain like a cohesion, like a glue that sort of knits the different platforms together, which is something I totally appreciate. I totally appreciate that. How about I do that instead? Failed to invade, not allowed. I'm not sure who anyways. Alright. Oh, I can't do that either. Alright, I'll try it again. Regardless, Ninja Seal, thank you for that. That concludes sort of our Twitch section of this year. Those of you who are wondering if somebody can come in and buy, I got Xmas there. Righto! Let's keep going, right? Dark Souls experience, of course, goes to any new streamer who came in like clean in vanilla version and ended up like resorting to CE in the end. I think one of them, that Krieg Grassery, within 2.5 episodes turned to CE, became laggy as well. So good on you, by the way, those of you who enjoy going that route. Dark Souls experience. There were many people who went from streamers to laggards real quick with that CE initiation. You know, a lot of honorable mentions in there. Righto. Anyways, oh yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah, you just got an award. That's right. You got the Twitch Profile Award, Ninja. Here we go. Here we got some more tards coming in here. All right, here we go. What are they gonna do? All right. Anyways, this here, this is for YouTube, right? This is the best thing that happened on YouTube this year. This here is so good looking, so sweet, that I don't know what to say. Zag did this, and I remember bumping into Zag when he must have been filming this, trying to get his stuff together. But fantastic PvP guide, like very like super clean and super edgy, and at the same time has that aesthetic that makes it top tier. I really appreciate that, Zag. I'm linking you up there because you fully deserve it for the best thing that happened on YouTube this year when it comes to Dark Souls Remastered. And specifically, this is about tech. It's not one of those ones where people are showcasing their BSs or whatever. Or look at me. He goes through all of the tech that's in Dark Souls. I'm sure there's stuff missing that everybody knows in their little hidden discords or whatever, you know. Regardless. Good one on you. But there's another media thing that I wanted to say. The best fan art submission was like by somebody called the Cute Peach, and what they did was it was on a Mitch episode. They sort of posted a picture of like a Sun Mitch, a CB Sun Mitch that they had drawn by hand. It was really sweet, really well done. Like, and I think Mitch should actually feel quite honored to have had that done. I'm not sure if it was done by Curl. I don't know. I don't know who Cute Peach was. Anyways, it was fantastic, that one there. I can't believe all the fantastic artists that actually do the fan stuff here on Dark Souls Remastered. Really good. All right, we're moving into the player base now. These are the people who come and go. Oh no, there's one thing I forgot. And I don't know who this is, because I sort of bumped into it, had no idea that it was happening, and then by it was over, it was just completely disappeared. And the I'm sorry commendation goes to that tournament guy who organized the tournament, got like tons of like subscriptions and stuff like that, and then like the next day had disappeared and been kicked totally from Twitch somehow. I heard it was because it was one of those YouTube things that popped up or something like that. Well, I'm sorry commendation goes to you, because I was looking forward to sort of like a brand new streamer who was gonna take it seriously. Anyways, sorry about that disappearing tournament guy. Maybe you can come back in some other form and try again. Moving on to the player base. The there for you commendation goes to somebody who, like, if I'm going to check up on how somebody's doing, and they're in some like other like game or doing something, and there's like limited amount of viewers there. This viewer is usually there. This viewer is there for you. One of the first viewers to sort of pop into a stream and start checking it out as well. Somebody who's sitting by their computer, because that's what they do. That's maybe all they can do. But anyways, the There For You award commendation goes to none other than Foy, because Foy is there for the smallest streamer who's there for by himself almost. Foy will pop in and talk to them a little bit. Always an encouraging word for Foy. I appreciate that, Foy, that you're keeping contact with everybody like that and boosting them a little bit. Next commendation, it's the Edgelord Award, or the FYI I'm edgy. Now, who does that go to? This goes to a character who, like, constantly has edgy commentary in the side box of the stream chat. Now, yeah, but I wrote this earlier, and then like my last stream, this individual came on for the very first time. You get those pop-ups now. If there's somebody new who makes a comment on your stream from Twitch, it says, "Oh, very first time" or something like that. And guess who it was? It was Melancholy, this year's Edgelord. Melancholy said, "Am I laggy? Am I laggy?" Now, I don't know if I should have taken that as a joke, that they were ridiculing me or what, but yeah, you were laggy. You were laggy, Melancholy, but I'm going to believe that you were asking it in the nicest way to see how I was doing. Yes, you were very laggy, Melancholy. This year's Edgelord goes to Melancholy. Best Honor Gank of the year. Now, previous Honor Gank winners were those little piggies, were those Grant Holden little piggies, and previously it was another one with these cute little mages. That was 2019 and 2020. This year, the Best Honor Gank happened during Return to Lordran. Roughly around level 50 in Anne Orlando. There was a pair of Chesters who ran around ganking, and it was quite fun. Those guys this year, double Chesters, running Chester builds. Very, very cute. Very cute indeed. Best Honor Gank of the year, Anne Orlando Chesters. Now, in North America, we call them soccer moms, right? Here in Europe and stuff like that, where I'm living now, they call it's football, but I've never heard of the concept of a football mom here in Europe. But in North America, there is definitely a concept of a soccer mom, and the DSR soccer moms of moms, and that's soccer moms of the Mask of the Moms, goes to two different, goes to West Coast the Vancouver Islanders, Vault and Mittens, for their BC Nanaimo mom, who produced two fantastic players out there. And then on the East Coast, as I most recently learned, goes to those Detroit boys, Geode and Angry Flip Flop, for having the soccer moms of moms on DSR this year. Thank you for producing those players, moms. We really appreciate it, and so does Ninja. Ninja really appreciates moms as well. Extended range specialist. Now, there's been a lot of extended range this year. Don't know why. Extended range is what I call is like when you're outside of the hitbox, but you're still taking damage, right? Now, sometimes, I think, oh, it's my net. I'm just getting hit by the net. But then, when you see it happen from the same person to a different person on another stream, which is why I love streams, why I love watching them, like, oh my God. Okay, so this is something that this person does. This year's extended range specialist, weapons specialist that is, specifically with weapons, goes to Lolly Cunny. I don't know how many times I've been way out of range and I'm taking damage from Lolly Cunny's hits, but that's just a simple fact. And then I was watching two other streams where both those individuals were taking damage way outside of the hitbox range of Lolly Cunny. So Lolly Cunny, this year's extended range specialist, commendation. Now, when it comes to drop-in Gravelord, and that's when I pop in to take a look at Dark Souls Remastered, right? And there's a lot of Gravelords all the time, but the drop-in Gravelord that I like is the one that's got a real, like chaotic situation going on. Not the type of Gravelord and where they're sitting there and they're doing one-on-ones and stuff like that, and, everybody has to wait their turn and stuff like that. But I don't like participating in them. I like standing back and watching. So the best drop-in Gravelord, where I could just stand back and watch, but sometimes the ringleader would run around and hammer me so that I would start partaking in the festivities, goes to Rumo. Now, Rumo gave me one good match this year. Otherwise, Rumo was one of the laggiest dudes around, which is fine. That's fine, I could accept that because I did get one match, and I appreciate that one smooth match that you gave me because I only need one to feel like, okay, we made it. Okay, that's fine. I can carry on with my life. Rumo this year, funnest for Vedkurtz Conglomerate for a drop-in Gravelord. I appreciate that, Rumo. Thank you for both letting me watch and letting me participate and stuff like that. I was coming in as my profile, Vedkurtz, but often it would still be the same if I was coming in one of the quiet profiles, one of my private profiles where I just like to check out stuff, just to go and investigate stuff like that. I had to make this next category, right? It's called the best wish list item. Best wish list item, right? What's a wish list item? Well, it's Christmas time, like all the kids and stuff like that. You there, by the way, I just want to thank this giant for bodying right now. I don't know who you are up there with your Moonlight Greatsword, but I really appreciate it. I'm able to carry on. It's so hard keeping track of everything that I need to say in my head and trying to fight at the same time. That's one of the things with all of this streaming and stuff like that. It's not that easy, to be quite honest with you, especially when you're old like me. Anyways, best wish list item. Now, okay. Everybody knows what is called like the item swatch glitch, right? Everybody falls off here, like, what is it? They go running off here and they get their thing and they go like this and and then they fall off, right? And then they do stuff. Well, my very first boner, 2019, when I started streaming, right, came from this person as well. And this person, the very first boner, what do I mean by that? What do you mean by that? That was the very first time somebody sent me home, like with the Homer Bone drop-off glitch. Well, this same person, like in a stream, had this posted on the side. I wish that in PvE, I could swap to Dark Sign. I could do a Dark Side swap to steal all of their souls. Now, imagine if you could do that. That comes from Kufaku. Who else would say something like that? Kufaku, Dark Swap Sun as an item swap item on PvEers to steal all of their juice, everything that they saved up for. That would be pretty sweet. I'm telling you, that was actually a good one. That made me roll on the ground, literally. I also got to give a shout out to Kufaku for giving one of the craziest kilobyte upload streams I've ever seen. I mean, honestly, it was like watching an 8-bit, like on like a 8K television. It was nuts. I don't know how you managed to get the bit load, the kilobyte upload that low, but it was crazy. Anyways, Kufaku, I haven't seen you around a little while, but anyways, hope you're doing all right. Now, highest IQ this year. Highest IQ. Well, that's a big thing here, isn't it, on Dark Souls? Oh, that's high IQ gameplay, etc. Volt here, everybody. Volt, who has the Soccer Mom of the Year, by the way. Producing kittens as well. Soccer Mom of the Year. Highest IQ goes to the anti-hero of the year as well. Now this person here was coming in and keeping me busy on streams when there was low activity and stuff like that in the mornings on Saturdays and Sundays when I was trying to do my community service broadcasts. Anyways, highest IQ. Why do I say that? Because in a way this individual they swap the values of the common values of Dark Souls Remastered and invert it as far as I see it, right? And this goes to adversity. Adversity often will throw on, like Calamity Ring, or use a +5 upgrade weapon or something, or do a roll BS to a bow, something like that. It's kind of like it's off the wall stuff that in a way it makes me want to play more, because that's the type of interesting shit I really love to check out. Anyways, thank you for that. Highest IQ goes to adversity. Why? Just for inverting the regular Dark Souls Remastered values. Now, when it comes to sort of clean fights and stuff like that, previously it was Evil Mac. I always said I had this quantum entanglement with Evil Mac somehow. Haven't seen Evil Mac around lately, but for some reason, there was a player that I hadn't had this before, but then suddenly I moved into this quantum entanglement with them that was awesome, meaning that it can go either way. It was very balanced, it felt. And this, surprisingly enough, goes to Foss. Now, Foss, light, not moonlight, not moon Foss, but just regular Foss. Foss, so for some reason, brought about like this really cool gameplay that I can't describe. It was one of those feelings that really made me enjoy my day, or the times I was playing against that individual. Well, thank you, Foss, because that's the type of stuff that makes me want to play Dark Souls Remastered, when I get that quantum entanglement. I appreciate that. There's no lag, no nothing like that. Just, it was smooth as anything. It was smooth, and sometimes, and most of the time for me, being old and stuff like that, that's what I'm looking for in life. Moving on to the transfer section. Now, I got 3 transfers here, right? Transfers, what do you mean? Well, these are, transfers is like a movement from one place or another. So the first one goes to the X-Bone transfer of the year. Who other does it go to? Now, this person popped up for the very first time during Vedkurtz, SL-135, on top of Anne Orlando's courtyard there. Was Rickety. That was the first time Rickety popped on my radar. Came in for the Fight Club and just, was there ready to mash it up with everybody else. Great to have you, Rickety, moving into to PC now. Rickety, though, quickly moved into being a Horn Devil. And when I mean a Horn Devil, I mean the fashion sheet Horn Devil with massive amounts of coding going on underneath, which was a little bit disappointing, but what can you do? I mean, it's fun times once you get here, eh? All of that cool stuff you weren't able to do back on X-Bone. So I understand completely. Anyways, Rickety, X-Bone transfer of the year. And moving on, but personally, I've this is kind of like this guy here, the Geode 10. Here, I got you here. I'll throw you up there, right like this here. Here we go. Goes for the best Switch transfer. Now, Geode has a completely different, he has that Switch attitude, which is a lot of fun. Switch is fun as fuck. I like those guys because they make me laugh hard. Geode came in, brought his brother, Angry Flip Flop. Don't know who Angry, I have a feeling he might be playing as somebody else right now. Anyways, we had a good time. But the thing is that Geo did one of the coolest streams as well, with a setup of 3 different players on the same stream, and had all of the streams like together there. I thought that was one of the coolest like sort of ways of checking out the interplay, because I'm really into the mechanics and seeing how things look for different people, like for different people like in the same arena from the different perspectives. So that specifically for that stream, that was actually one of the most interesting streams that I saw. So Switch transfer of the year goes to the Geo 10. Thank you for that. Thanks for bringing your brother around too. Hope he stays as well. Now, I don't know if I heard correctly, but I feel like I do, but I could be wrong. Now, Fastest Fingers of 2020, right? Also comes and once in a while plays on PC, which is much appreciated. Still, again, Fastest Fingers 2021. So you definitely get that commendation from the one I saw yesterday. But the best intercontinental transfer has to be from Kuwait to Oregon. I don't know, half a world away. I feel like it, but that goes to Hark. Hark, I believe, I'm not sure if I heard it correctly, but you're going to university on the West Coast now. That's a long way to move. Hark's episodes are fantastic. He's been streaming quite a bit now. Streamed yesterday, streams on the weekends and stuff like that when he's got some time. Actually does stuff with Ninja as well, which is great. Appreciate you guys doing that stuff over on PS4. I really enjoy watching that. Tried to talk to on PS4 streams one time, and I got chewed out by somebody. So I don't ever say anything on PS4 anymore. Mind you, I don't say anything on any streams. I just watch them, because I'm usually watching them on the big screen. Anyways. Moving along now, after the transfers. Anyways, Hark, I hope it's going well for you. Thanks for those streams. And I got a pop-up. I got an email the other day. Now, some weird stuff's happening with Twitch that said that you were following me. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but anyways. Moving along, Cosplayer of the Year. Now, this same cosplay was done by Held, but yeah, anyways, but this cosplayer did the same cosplay. And this was a Garo cosplay. And Garo wasn't at all on my radar. Not one bit. Where the hell did they go? There they are over there. Yeah, good. Yeah, but stay up there, otherwise people aren't going to be able to see anything. Good. Yeah, good. Stay up there. Don't go down there. Let them run back up. Anyways, thank you. I like this guy. Somebody can read the room. I appreciate people who can read the room. Right, the cosplayer I'm talking about is the Garo run by Blub. Blub had this awesome character who was wearing like the chain set without any helmet or anything like that. But if he thought you were, and it would be Gravelord, and if he felt that you were a tough player or something like that, then he transformed into Garo, putting on the Ernstein set. And it was pretty awesome because it would happen so fast, and there would be a complete swap up of gear as he moved into like a poise setup from like the low poise. Really nice. Now sometimes I get Blub not confused, but they kind of are almost the same person for me. This is another streamer that I appreciate, and I would love Yo Hark, I got my first chat from Hark. Thank you. Here we go. Hang on, true or not true, Hark? Are you on the West Coast now of the United States, or am I wrong? Am I out to lunch? Anyways, Ramen King, aka Rari. I said to Blub before, and I said to Rari before as well. I want to see an F to 10 with those guys. I want to see them fight each other. Because I said to Blub, you remind me so much of Rari, and Rari's like, yeah, well, anyways, that's great, old guy. Moving along, Fashion Build of the Year on PC, brought to you by Beatrice's Saturday night events. Now this here was a heavy strength channeler with the bone wheel, and this goes to Tiger Crown Porter. That was actually one of the coolest looking fashion builds I saw. And like Tiger Crown Porter, one of those originals. I have to say that like if there's an original category, Tiger Crown Porter going up to the top of that as well. S tier when it comes to originality with that channeler bone wheel. Moving along. Best persona. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, previously we had personas by Cyber Chicken. Cyber Chicken won it 2 years in a row, and it could be my fault that I wasn't around to see Cyber Chicken's new build. First year was Cyber Chicken. Second year was Finger Bang. But this year, the best persona, that's like the single player who plays by their player name, like not by their Steam name, but by their sort of in-game player name, goes to the Witch Helena. Witch Helena actually is one of my favorite players to meet. Someone who I get excited about meeting. When I see them, I want to keep on playing. I want to stay in game. Helena is like sort of one of those individuals that really knows how to read the room and knows what's going on. Sort of knows when somebody's like low level, knows when somebody's high level, and will adapt to that player by swapping out the level of their weapons, etc. Somebody I really appreciate, Helena. Best persona of the year, taking that title away previously from Finger Bang, who won it both 2019 2020. This year's Forester Award. Now, the Forester Award goes to that individual who is found in the forest regularly and who is a forester, I would say. Now, this forester is kind of like a lower level, 90 or so, something like that. Not meta, as people would say, but sort of the forest meta, a little bit lower level, a little bit of like where people are coming into PvP, trying it out in the forest and stuff like that. This goes to Kira. Now, Kira like runs sort of like grave lording events, or I should just say grave lording fights in the forest and stuff like that. And when I was doing my investigations in the forest, bumping into Kira was always like pretty cool. I appreciate the fact that there is somebody who takes the time to sort of like to camp there and be a boss. So thanks for that, Kira. Kira. Any of you who bump into that sort of around a 90 level, perhaps, like SL90. Wreath gets this commendation here. In fact, this went down quite a while back, because I usually start these lists when I see things pop up, like that one with Hark, or not Hark, sorry, Kufaku, with that thing he said about doing the dark sign item swap. Anyways, into PvE years, that was way back. The most consistent build, I think, ever in Dark Souls Remastered for the last 3 years, perhaps since like opening day, goes to Wreath for the Strength Onion. Wreath has been busting out the large club, swap to Manserpent Greatsword, like for 3 years now. So I gotta say that Onion Head, that's actually, I know who I'm meeting when I meet Wreath running the Onion Head. I don't know Wreath if you've changed, if you've actually made a new character, but that's the most consistent build that's been popping up consecutively for the past 3 years, or from the birth of Dark Souls Remastered. Wreath getting that for the Strength Onion. Product placement of the year. Product placement of the year. Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to put on like one of those Mountain Dews like they used to do or whatever? No. Best product of the placement goes for the last year's and 2019's Medal of Honor winners, Dasmin's. Dasmin stating that Bort is Dark Souls Remastered #1 Twitch mod. For some reason, like Dasmin said that Bort is actually the only person he could count on. He might have like 20 or 30 mods, but Bort is the only one who actually does any type of moderation at all on Dasmin's channel. So the best product placement of the year goes to Bort, given to him by Dasmin's. Now, if we go back, and this goes back before, like long before Dark Souls Remastered, even before Dasmins like showed up on the scene. There was another streamer. We got a lull here. Anybody here, or am I all alone? There we go. Oh, that was the wrong one. I usually have it in that place. Vault here, everybody. Hi, Vault. All right. Right, where are we now? Right. There I am. Closure, this is. Closure. Everybody wants closure, right? Now, a long time ago, everybody, look at that, the ring shield. You know, my very first time I beat Ernstine and Smo. Before that thing was nerfed, I used it to beat Ernstine and Smo. Somebody said, "Oh yeah, try the ring shield. Try the ring shield, and hide behind the pillars." So I went and defeated the Moonlight Butterfly and got that one to be able to because that was a problem for me. It took me a while to try to beat Ernstine and Smo the first time. Anyways, moving along, right, closure, back to this guy here, which is that guy Bry. That guy Bry was the original try-hard like streamer who pulled in pretty much the whole like try-hard community at that time during the golden age of PTDE. Now, that guy Bry like wasn't necessarily a try-hard himself, but he was taken under the try-hard's wings. And even like when that guy Bry came back like at the beginning of the year, he even like I even saw like with Subshadow show up, like one of the original tryhards who like was always around during that period, came up and was talking, and they were, you know, reminiscing about the old times. But there was also another guy that showed up, which had caused a massive amount of grief to that guy Bry. Hentai. Now, anybody ever wonder what unbanned hentai came from, right? It came from that guy, Bry, when way back, when hentai, of course, would do what hentai does, and that ended up getting banned by that guy, Bry. And that's where the whole, that, you know, the unbanned hentai meme came from, right? Because and that guy, Bry, was like, no way I'm unbanning hentai and stuff like that. But then this year, they actually had a chance to talk it out. They sat down in the chat and had a good little talk about that. And, you know, they worked it out. And that guy, Bra, said, you know, I wanted to become a streamer, blah, blah, blah. And hentai, I was actually heard a little tone of like, you know, that hentai was a little bit sorry for causing problems there. Anyways, closure commendation goes to that guy, Brian Hentai. I always like seeing things patched up as well as seeing them get heated up too. I like to see them get heated up once in a while as well. Oh, are we moving on to this now? Rookie Tag of the Year. Rookie Tag of the Year. Now, pretty much every rookie that came in here ended up like being juiced up on Dark Soul Remastered drugs, right? What am I talking about there? You know, I'm talking about Gadget and CE. But anyways, this one here, I can't play them because they're far too laggy for me, but they're there all the time, or they were there all the time. I don't know if they're there this week or last week or whatever, but all throughout the year, from the beginning of the year up until like even like a couple weeks ago, Yellow Times is getting Rookie of the Year this year, simply for the commitment and the amount of time that Yellow Times has put into the game. Now, I see shit like that, and I appreciate it too. Even though it's janky as fuck, I still think that the amount of time the Yellow Times put into this game is definitely worth the Rookie Tag of the Year. And that's the only thing that I can say puts stuff over the top in a way, is that commitment that people have, the love that they find for Dark Souls Remastered. Yellow Times, this year's Rookie of the Year. Can't say I appreciate your gameplay, but I appreciate your determination. Right. Top marks. Top marks goes to somebody I saw pop up in chat. Why do they get top marks? Well, they get top marks for running the Faith CB Yukis build to the very end versus a standardized try-hard during a PTD try-hard tournament. Now, Josky Boy ran that Faith build, the Yukis Faith build, right up to the very last match versus some sort of standardized try-hard. Don't remember, they just looked like any old bumblebee wearing the Giants and stuff, whatnot. But Josky, top marks for you. That's like an S tier running the Faith build of Yukis there. Love that. Love that. I was seriously like, yeah, you do it again and again. I appreciate that. Thank you for that, Josky. Anyways, moving along. This year, I tried to have a Fight Club, and it was very interesting. I did a lot wrong. I made false accusations, and I'm sorry for that. I even made false accusations. We'll get into that later. But regardless, Vedvators FC was fun for me to see and learn how all this stuff was. It takes so much time. I appreciate anybody who puts that much amount of effort into trying to set up something like that on a weekly basis or whatever, or just like sort of like on a consistent basis. Because it's always sweet to be able to come into Dark Souls, like be able to check out Dark Souls and know, okay, like Sunday this time they're going to be streaming or something like that. I know it's hard. It's hard to make that type of commitment. But regardless, oh, sorry about that. I forgot. I just looked over there. Here we go, everybody. I'm throwing them up here so that you guys can make sure that you get those into your account so you know when they're streaming and stuff like that. Josky, of course, runs streams every once in a while as well. So make sure you have that so you get his pop-ups, announcements when he's online. This year's Vedvators FC winner, test winner, goes to none other than Damn. Damn consistently showed up to almost every single one of them. I appreciate that, Damn. Damn ended up amassing the most amount of points because people would come and go, showed up for some, but not for all of them. And it's, you know, when you show up consecutively for all of them. This year's, I guess it has to be like Ved's champion goes to Damn. Last year goes to this guy here, who has moved on as well to become sort of like sort of working in the Dark Souls Remastered propaganda department. He is our Steam discussion representative this year. Last year also got the quartermaster placement in the Vedkurtz army. This year, now moving on to a more like dialectic place, goes to none other than Undercoverist. Go check out his Steam profile there. It's very good, in fact, and like some of the commentaries there are very, very try-hardy. Even gives you the try-hard Bible there. One of those ones that he has where he tries to explain stuff to people has the try-hard Bible in there. I don't think I have that. Let me just see if I can find that here. If I can find the try-hard Bible here. Just a second. I'm just going to try something here. The Undercoverist. I'm looking here to see if I can find that there. No, it's gonna take too much time. We gotta keep going here because we've got a long way to go. Long way to go. We're almost there, but we're not quite. We're not quite there. Oh my! Undercoverist last year also Vedkurtz champion. By defeating the champion of champions last year as well, Undercoverist. Right? You remember that bomb? Remember that? Unda! Remember that? Unda! Yeah, that was good stuff. Anyways, this year, Dark Souls Remastered was graced by various performers. Two of such stars that came and tried out Dark Souls Remastered were Valentina Nappi and Adriana Chichik. Both of them came and gave fine performances, trying to do their best to make it through to Ernstine and Smo before they all gave up, I think. I don't think they ever made it. So this year, stars of Dark Souls Remastered goes to a group of people, 4 of them, starting with the gaper. Who would have massive gapes? Big, just gigantic, huge, like gapes of lag. Well, there's no one who can gape as large. No one who can be utterly laggy like they were. And this specifically goes to Axel. Axel getting the gaper commendation for that amount of lag and that amount of like sort of frame dropping that he's able to do. Absolutely like impossible to see at times, but it's gone better. We've got to say that too. However, this one specifically goes to Axel's matchup with Dasmin's, because I love seeing it in other places where Axel did a session with Dasmin's and he would have these massive black dark gapes that you couldn't even see the bottom of. They were just gigantic, you know. You needed a lot to shine down there to see where they were going, because it was just like they were huge. The gaper of the year goes to none other than Axel, aka Pertinax, for those of you who might remember him by that name. Pertinax, that is. Oh my, you got a gaper. What else do you need? Well, you need a gusher. Who would be the gusher of this year, right? Who would be the gusher? Well, be that one person who also is going to receive sort of I'm not calling it the meta build of the year, but the augmentation meta build of the year, sort of representing how all of these builds now are sort of distorted now with like some type of augmentation that's going on, right? You know what I'm saying when I'm talking about third party, right? With augmentation, stuff like that. Well, anyways, this gusher goes to the person who's making pyros feared again, right? N3310. N3310 throws out a lava storm of just spewing it out, just spraying down the cameraman, so that they got to wipe off you can't even see, because everything just gets filled up and cloudy and stuff like that. Gusher of the year and augmentation meta builder of the year for the making pyros feared again, slightly faster, slightly bigger hitbox radius, all that type of stuff. You know, and if you're not locked, you're either canceled or you're crystallized, one or the other, stuff like that, or you're speeded on, stuff like that. You know, but that's just the way it goes. That's the way augmentation goes. True or not true, it doesn't make a difference. Regardless, meta, I have to say, it is. That's for sure. And one of the most powerful builds of the year. The gusher goes to N3310, aka Nokia. Nokia can also be found here. For those of you, he streams by himself because of some stuff that's been going on, right? And I'm not going to get into that. But what I am going to get into is why streamer of the year, like who was sorry, I just need to get this. Hi, easy. Who was Vic, right? Vic, like somebody came on and started saying some nasties, and the streamer of the year, Vic, said, no, we're not going to talk about that. No. Let's all sweep that under the rug, all water under the bridge, stuff like that. Try to plan it out. Appreciated that, actually. That was very interesting to see how you worked out a situation like that. Very good on you, Vic. Very good indeed. Another reason why Vic got streamer of the year this year. Anyways, the Gusher Award going to N33, also getting augmentation meta build of the year. You can check him out there on Twitch if you want. Anyways, one of Bong's favorites, one of my favorites. Somebody who's always like sort of, I don't even know how to describe this character. I would say loves gangbanging, right? Loves gangbanging and stuff like that. Loves to be support, like a showcase support. So I would say they're both a fluffer. For those of you who don't know what a fluffer is, you can always ask your mom, or don't do that. Maybe look it up on the internet. Or they can do features, right? And they're amazing at both. They can go from support to showcase, one or the other. They love it, and they also, which I don't have, unfortunately, which is the clip of the year, which is, what are you doing, Timmy? What are you doing? I don't have that clip. Anyways, Fluffer to feature performer this year goes to none other than Soft Edge. Soft Edge Naki can stream once in a while, but also has absolutely no problem coming in and supporting like he did with Beatrice on his episodes and stuff like that. Fluffing up other performers, getting them, like it was actually with Nokia. Saw Naki was talking to Nokia and actually had to convince Nokia that he was talking honestly, that he appreciated Nokia's build. A lot of people think that Nokia's build is garbage, and everybody has to admit pyros are powerful, right? Pyros are like crazy powerful. So you make a pyro build, it's going to be powerful. And a lot of times, some people, they just need that recognition. And Naki is not afraid to do that. And that's something I appreciate, Naki. That's why if you look, you're up there, right? Thank you for that. Not only that, Naki came on one of the Bong Brother episodes and allowed himself to get into a little like BDSM situation there as well, which was I mean, you gotta appreciate the enthusiasm. I do. I really do appreciate the enthusiasm. Well, all of those players also need a Chad of Chads, and this year, this Chad just went into like Beatrice's FC with street clothes on. Not all like tricked out in metagear or anything like that. Vault getting wrecked, I saw. that was nice. Vault just getting VS there like crazy after blasted with a big splash of gush there. The blue gush, not the red gush this time. Anyways, the Nacho Vidal Award also goes to the person who had one of the best clips as well, long clips, with the Naki held circle strafe, which went on for hours. I remember checking that out in the middle of the night. They were going all around in circle and circle and circle and circle and circle, right? And this goes to none other than Eric T. Eric T is this year's Nacho Vidal. Nacho Vidal, everybody. Chad of Chads. Right? You can find Eric. Sometimes he'll stream like late night European time. Sometimes it'll be like early night Eastern Standard Time, etc. What's amazing is that Eric as well was a big contender for the extended range and blah 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 and bad internet connection. Now the thing is, Eric being also like from the area that I'm from too. Now Eric once said that he lives in an area with blah 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 and stuff like that. I'm not gonna get into details, which made me think that he lived in this area called they're here in Sweden. They're called the Millions Program, where they tried to make housing for a million during the 70s, and they're these big concrete bunkers that go up into the sky, aka the projects, that have concrete slab walls. Now, if you're trying to get a Wi-Fi signal through those concrete walls, you're going to be hard pressed, and I think that's a little bit of the situation with Eric T and his internet, because just yesterday I was watching a small streamer who was very cool, had no idea what he was saying. Vedkurtz is found in Sweden, north of Örebro. That's right. Anyways, hi there, Malkavian. First time chatter. It says hi there. Yes. Right. This guy here was streaming. He was running some type of this is M broke. Was running this. What was it? He was running like a Hovelmom CB or something like that. And Eric came on, and Eric literally. Eric was here. The dude was up there. And Eric disappeared from here and backstabbed him up there. It was incredible. And I was like, oh my God, it doesn't just happen to me. Eric does that on everybody. Or Eric's internet is like that on everybody. So, there we go. Yeah. Nacho Vidal of the year, Chad of Chads. Because, a Chad will never call you. You can't call a Chad, right? The Chad has to call you. That's just the way it goes, right? And that's the way the internet goes as well with Eric T. So, anyways. moving along, right? Moving along, trying to get through all of this here. Oh yeah, this was just another thing here. Um, there's been an army update, an upgrade, not necessarily army, but special forces, an upgrade from special forces commander to operational general director. That goes to APT. APT for continuing to stress test all DSR initiates coming in. I've noticed that APT. Hope you're doing okay. I heard it's in heavy lockdown there in Austria right now. Anyways, that he'll come in or they'll come in, I should say. Should watch the pronouns I use, right? They'll come in and test out all of the DSR initiates to see what sort of level they're at. Anyways, upgrading for Special Forces Commander to Operational General Director, right? Operational General Director. All right. We're moving into what this section here is called the Four Corners of the Earth, right? Of the Dark Souls Remastered Earth. Now, southeast corner, right? And that's from my position where I am on this green ball we live on that's dying out, but still has a little bit of Dark Souls Remastered left in it. All right. This player here got just the coolest setup. Thorns, black iron, cleric's pants, not gloves. This person is also a strong defender of CE rights. Would always say, there he goes again, Vedkurtz. There he is! It is you! Well, hello there. This year, of course, coming in here, Martin. You know it, Martin. And not only that, I'm like, oh my God. This is the best thing about Dark Souls is that you guys get caught all the time. Martin, this is for you. Hang on a second. I'm just going to have to go out here. This might take just a second. Martin, this year, Four Corners of the Earth, being the southeast corner of the Earth at the moment, right? I just have to go in and change my venue here for a second. Like this and like that. And then I swap it up like this here, like that. And then I go over here like this. Are we there now? Hang on. I just got to see if I'm in now. No, I got to change this here. I'm so bad at doing all this stuff fast. I don't have hotkeys and stuff. Here we go. Are you ready? Now this here is from an awesome little thing you should check out. This got me tuned into sort of that 60 that I was talking about. Let's watch this for a second. All right? Here we go. Look who that is there, by the way. Look at this guy here. Who is that right there? Who is that guy with the great axe right there? Look at this.
Being teleported 5 kilometers back into someone's sword is no longer an issue, but you can still be face.
Oh my God, it's lagging too hard. Hang on a second. Let's go back. I'm going to try it one more time so we can get it without it lagging. The computer's taking too much here. That's you, Martin. That's you. You're caught here on this one here at 5 minutes 20 seconds. You can look at it. You can look at it yourself. Those of you.
From a safe range.
Lagging is what you do. Absolutely, 100%. We know that, don't we?
Especially the receiving one. Being teleported 5 kilometers back into someone's sword is no longer an issue, but you can still be face stabbed. This is where a player turns to face a player.
All right, there we go. Anyways, yeah. Elden Ring there. Yeah, sorry about that. Back again. I have to get that off now. I'm so bad at this. So bad. Not just bad at Dark Souls, but also bad at this. There we go. Done. All right. Where can that be found? For those of you who are interested, let me see here. You know, I'm working on 2 different screens with this other computer, and it's like I can never find where the cursor is. Here we go. There we go. That can be found at 520. Those of you who are interested, 520. You can find Martin there. By the way. All right. Back again. Moving along. southwest, lower side from me to the west. Who we got there? Well, we got that guy coming from the land of the tango and stuff like that. Isn't it? Representing revenge. Mr. Death. Mr. Death holding up the southern continent of South America. Now, Mr. Death managed to pull off one of the biggest revenge efforts I was pleasured to witness. Now, going way back to PTDE, there was a gigantic forest rivalry. And at the center of it a lot of times was Nokia, giving everybody a hard time, right? Nokia would give like everybody a hard time. And one of the guys he always used to say, you're so bad and stuff like that, was to Mr. Death. Well, Mr. Death, after pulling off like whatever 6,000 hours of Dark Souls Remastered gameplay, came in versus Nokia when Nokia was starting off with his Pyro build at the beginning of the season. 2021 season, and ended up walloping him like 6 times in a row, six matches in a row with the Great Club versus the Pyro build. And I know it was a blessed event for Mr. Death to get one of that type of revenge documented forever. Nobody can take that away from you, no matter how it is. I saw you getting pummeled by him on one of Vic's episodes, but regardless, even though there's good tweaks with extended range and stuff like that, now you gotta admit that was a sweet revenge that you got there, and I was a pleasure to see that happen. Always interesting to see those types of that type of effort come back after the years. Holding up the southwest, Mr. Death. Holding up southeast, Martin. Northwest, right? I'm pretty sure we talked about this individual earlier, a little bit, right? I'm not sure if that's an alt or if I'm just like confused or whatever, as usual, like Oregon or whatever. Regardless, Northwest. Also this year's Tryhard of Tryhards, and I didn't really know it was Tryhard. Like I didn't really know it was going to be that this person was going to also be Tryhard of Tryhards 2021. But it wasn't until during Vedvators that I tried to have it so that there wouldn't be any CE. I just wanted to see if it would work. It was in the rules and stuff like that. And then the player came in and they were pyroing, and I'm like, oh man, your pyro should be used up. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you're not supposed to have like infinite pyros. And they're like, oh, that's gay. And then at the same time, 2019's Tryhard of Tryhards, Gwen, Lord of the 420, came on and said, yeah, that's gay, not being able to use CE to have unlimited pyros. And I was like, oh my god, there it is, Tryhard of Tryhards. How could it not be? The only thing that I see is like Dagra test is a pure tryhard in the most tryhard form. Isn't that true, Dagra? You love the meta gameplay, you love the meta gear and stuff like that, and at the same time, CE rights are your God-given right to use that type of material in any type of gameplay. Absolutely 100%. As it was with of course Held, who was last year's Tryhard of Tryhards as well, has Held having absolutely no problem cursing noobs and stuff like that with CE and stuff like that. So it's kind of like understood. I mean, I can't talk against that. How can you reason when it's your right, when it's that right has been given to you to use that type of material? Even if it does demand stealth etiquette or whatnot, Yeah, I mean, if they're not doing anything about it, you take that loophole and you squeeze that. You squeeze that loophole to get as much win out of it as possible. By the way, going back to Hark, dude, Hark took it to one of those like high IQ levels by having like this beautiful elite helmet set up with the Silver Knight armor on, with the swap out, not to giants, but to the stone armor on the swap out. That was awesome. That was so good. That was such high IQ. It just takes it to another level. Not just always trying to yeah, I understand when it's tournament or whatever, FCs and stuff like that, you know. But that type of stuff really gets me fired up when I see people like reinterpreting things like that. I like creativity. I really do. That's something that Vedkurtz appreciates highly and thinks of it in the highest type of way. Moving along, Northeast. The final corner of the earth. This individual represents like sexy. This individual represents mystery. This individual represents cool, salt as well. And I have to say, 2021's most influential player of the year. Both the build, gameplay style for that low poise, Chad-like behavior goes to none other than Yao Yi. Yao Yi came in on the scene, and I mean, people were just mesmerized by this player, and it was coming up Yao Yi this and Yao Yi that. There was this one moment on one of Bong's episodes where like people there was a group who had made like 3 Yao Yis that were coming in and stuff like that. It was pretty awesome, I have to say. There are all these Yao Yi imitations all over the place. One of the coolest things, though, is, of course, you know, being a low poise build, I would pull out the Balder Side Sword or something like that. So Yao Yi would run off down around the corner and then come back with hovels on. And the hovels, to give him the poise to be able to take that, like, looked awesome on his setup as well. Like, it looked so good. Never mind the equipment itself looking the way it did. Yao Yi, build of the year, style of the year, most influential player of the year, taking multiple categories, representing that cool mystery. Who is this guy? Yao Yi. Anyways, moving along. Coming down to sort of the end of the year here. Last year when I started this, and I was just looking onto the stream chat and stuff like that, I saw this player come up again after not being around all of 2020. And I was like, oh, there you are. But then they came back at the beginning of 2021. And they raged on it hard. And the comeback of the year, 2021, goes to 2019's Rookie of the Year, Miku. Back then, known as 02, now metamorphosed into Zero Miku. Zero Miku was definitely whisked away to Nanga Parbat by one of them Raj Al Ghul initiates and transformed into one of those League of Assassin characters. Because coming back, one of the greatest comebacks I was able to witness, and I always complained about that net that you had, but you know, that's my right, isn't it? I'm allowed to do that. Anyways, Zero Miku, comeback of the year and occasionally streaming, but I don't have your ID for Twitch, so I can't post that right now. Otherwise, I would. Comeback of the year goes to Zero Miku. Previously, like Rookie of the Year, but this year, like just a juggernaut, just an utter juggernaut. Who is the best player on PC? Over and over again, I hear the same thing. Seal, during the summertime, asked Bong, Bong, who is the best player? Bong said, Nokia, streaming, talking to Kargu. Kargu, the stress tester. Kargu, shout out to Kargu for trying to find a way around all of that pyro gushing like squirt. Like very good, like amazing, like sort of thought process going on there to Kargu for being an awesome stress tester versus Nokia during those episodes. Nokia also saying this guy's the best player over and over again. Everybody says #1 player on PC, currently taking a break, is Jack. Jack, over and over again, is being shouted out as like the man to beat. I heard Dagger Test when he came into one of the things, into one of the Ved Vaders. He was like, I missed fighting Jack. I want to fight Jack. I only want to fight Jack. Everybody, but Jack can just sit back as like the Chad and just put his hands on his chest and say, yeah, I won the tournaments. Yeah, I'm a multiple tournament winner. Blah blah blah. Still number one. Still has a shadow of power holding over Dark Souls Remastered. A lot of people say Jack's laggy. Yeah, I noticed that on one of Vilius's. Somebody had me pointing out Jacknet on one of Vilius's clips and stuff like that. Vilius, by the way, almost a year to the day, had one of the last great tournaments of the season. It was after I had done the previous 2020 commendations. Anyways, more on that in a bit. Jack, number one player. Jack, last year, MVP. Previous MVP was Mako. Mako, Jack, two of the most fantastic players on PC. Laggy, of course. But once an MVP, always an MVP. So, you guys... Anyways, and it's good to see you back, Mako. Yeah, good to see you back playing again. Anyways, but player of the year, not player of the year, MVP of the year. MVP of the year. Vedkurtz, MVP of the year. Now, Vedkurtz is not like the channel itself, the conglomerate itself doesn't mind stirring the pot, doesn't mind saying stuff that's going to make people a little bit like groan and stuff like that. And of course, that's going to happen right now, right? Of course, I'm going to make everybody groan right now. I'm going to make them groan because this year I'm celebrating artisanship. I'm celebrating originality. I'm celebrating difference. I'm celebrating breaking molds and trying new things to sort of break away the redundancy like Hark's doing over on PS4. Now, this year, the MVP award goes to the dude who's been pulling out Gravelord events, who's been pulling out creative gameplay style, trying stuff that you're not supposed to be trying because it's not meta. Last year, of course, sort of got the Jean-Paul Gaultier Award, the Boss Hugo Award for fashion creation and stuff like that. This year's MVP goes to Maine for the effort Maine has been doing for the Dark Souls Remastered PC community. Maine has been a constant force within Dark Souls Remastered. Now, I'm talking people are talking about Maine all the time. Like most recently over on PS4, they said the bad, not the main. They were calling him the bad. I myself was forced to write one of these little things about the main, just because the main has put himself out there to be one of the biggest scapegoats, one of the biggest sort of memes on Dark Souls Remastered at his own expense, but at the same time letting it run off of him like water runs off of oil, just kind of beads right off of there. Shout out to Maine this year, Vedkurtz MVP award for creativity, specifically for trying new things, for being different. I appreciate that, but I will still ban the fuck out of you if you annoy me, dude. I will fucking kick your ass to the curb. Thank you for that, Maine. Anyways, is that the end of it this year? Are we almost finished? No. Sorry, we're not finished yet. There's still more. Well, what do you got? What do you got for the end of it this year? Are we almost finished? No. Sorry, we're not finished yet. There's still more. Well, what do you got? What do you got for us, Ved? Well, Ned here has a Hall of Fame. 2 members this year being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Now, the player that's being inducted into the Hall of Fame this year showed up last year, and of course, immediately a force to be reckoned with. Why? Because the Hall of Fame goes back to PTDE as well. And, of course, such a force there as well in PTDE. Community force, tech defining tech, being a part, being an aggro feature, representing so much of like the quintessential tryharding that is so essential for a certain player base within the Dark Souls Remastered community. Now, just because I rail on tryhards all the time doesn't mean that I don't love them. It just means I like railing on them, right, for being not very creative and stuff like that, because they're winners, right? This Hall of Fame player goes way back to a point like when he used to do broadcasts, and his broadcasts were so grainy and so terrible you could barely see what was going on. And that was also like in his gameplay as well, that when he came to play you, he was blinking all over the place, so that when you got BS'd by that squat little hovel mum with the great club, Bob Man was mashing you into the ground. And Bob Man this year, the first player to be inducted into the Vedkurtz Hall of Fame. I'm actually honored to do so. Now he's always been a huge force within the Dark Souls community. Now a little bit less, losing a little bit of the power that he had previously in PTDE. Regardless, such a force, and also a community player, picking up on players that are coming into the game, mentoring them and stuff like that, helping them along. I've noticed that. Really great, well done, and also always making it to the finals as well, because he's one of those players. Badass, and deserves the right to be able to wear the tryhard badge and tryhard equipment for being one of the ones that created the tryhard initiative. Good on you, Bob. Hall of Fame 2021. The next individual goes to a streamer going into the Hall of Fame. Now, this streamer has been streaming for a long time, and this streamer, you have to catch it live, or else you have to subscribe, or else you're not going to be able to see, right? This streamer, if he doesn't like you, he'll just block you so that you can't come on the stream. He doesn't give a shit. He's one of the funniest guys with one of the funniest commentaries, and we'll just start going off on tangents when everybody else is talking about one thing or another on the Twitch cast. Also a part of like the Twitch chat all the time. This year's streamer inducted into the Hall of Fame, Vedkurtz Hall of Fame this year, goes to none other than What is Truth 101. What is Truth 101 has been going for ages, streaming like from PTDE all the way in to Dark Souls Remastered now. At the beginning of the year, he was doing several streams a week and stuff like that, with Bob as well, which was cool. That was a lot of fun. Also, ended up getting a Johnson & Johnson's vac, so make sure you get a double dose now, right? Because you got to get dosed up. If you've got the nanobots like I do, then you got to make sure we get that extra dose, especially when we're moving on to the age we're moving on. I really appreciate the commentary in What is Truth. He's one of those ones that has like top tier commentary when it's going on, when he's in game. One of the ones, because there's the players that you watch and stuff like that. You watch for their gameplay. Then there's other ones that you enjoy listening to what they have to say, and he's one of them. What is Truth 101? But you have to catch him live, or you have to subscribe, because he doesn't let you watch stuff after the fact. Oh my God. Ved, will you shut up? No, not yet. Not yet. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more here. This year, everybody knows, Dark Souls has been out for a decade. It was the 10 years that the Dark Souls came out, 2020, and I actually didn't start playing it until January next, like I guess it was 20. What would it be? I guess it would be 2011 or whatever. Anyways, so I missed the initial release. Regardless, this year there's some decade commendations that I think individuals deserve. And the first is the proto DSR meta builder. I've mentioned this before, but during the golden age of PTDE, when everybody was just wearing like try-hard gear and running try-hard builds and stuff like that, except for foresters, of which Nokia and Undercoverist were originally, along with myself and Death and Bastardes, and of course Endos. All of us were foresters. We weren't in the tryhard crew as much. But anyways, there was one dude who I would say was the proto DSR meta builder, and he was the very first one to come out with the diehard model of the low poise Kumo. And I remember watching episodes on PTDE with him versus Master Duck. Anybody remember Master Duck from back in the day? Very, very awesome player. Anyways, Meta Builder Award, Proto Meta Decades Proto Meta, like Harbinger Award, I should say, goes to Zian. Zian came out with that Kumo and was doing things that like are now being done, or now sort of standardized, like gameplay with the roll BSs, etc. and stuff like that, which weren't necessarily a part of PTDE. Shout out to Zian for seeing ahead like that. I think Zian's a teacher coming out of Britain, not sure. Regardless, moving along. There's another person as well that needs to receive like sort of the very best community leadership ever award, best YouTube archivist as well. This person for years like led sort of the tryhards in Yomi, collecting like a massive amount of fantastic like sort of tech YouTube clips that they did themselves. A community leader, like being the moderator in Yomi and stuff like that, goes to none other than Kali, other AKA System, AKA Zweihardt, AKA Itzil. For all those years working during the golden age of PTDE, Decades Community Leadership Award and a YouTube Archivist Awards goes to Zweihardt for all of those years of service. Finally, and I'm very proud of this one here. I'm very proud of this one indeed. This is Decades MVP. This is the most valuable player, spanning across like the history of PTDE into Remastered. Now, this player here comes and goes, but this player here, when they come, they'll stream for like 8 hours straight, and with a fierce intensity of like a warlord. And I kind of regret the fact that I didn't actually come along when I was invited to be a part of what was going to happen over there. But SPF Spades RPG is this decade's MVP. Spades is PS4's Warlord. He's the Warlord streamer that can go on and stream for hours and hours at end when Toronto's in a lockdown. Also built up, almost, it felt like built up the PS4 community by coming in and scouting out players on PC and other places to pull them in, to get him a part of the scene that happened over at PS4. The fact that he carried on and continues even to this day streaming Dark Souls Remastered for PS4 is just a testament to the amount of commitment that he's had over all these years, like with Dark Souls. One of the most interesting things is like way back in PTDE as well, is like I remember watching one of his streams, and the standardized thing that you would see PC would be like a Fat Club, like in the squared circle anyways, yeah, down a parish or whatever, right? But he would actually run like sort of like assassin attacks and stuff like that where they were just playing like people play Gravelording nowadays. Also like a proto way of game playing. Now you'll never see him in any type of competition or anything like that. I always heard that wasn't his thing. And you see that too. Almost never camps, only invades as well. Regardless, this decade's MVP goes to Spades. coming to a close here. We're just wrapping up a little bit now. And this one here is called the AstraZeneca Stipendium. AstraZeneca. Everybody knows that vaccine and stuff like that. This goes to the Transmodification Consortium, who helped masses to like survive the boredom and the doldrums of DSR, like to make it like a more exciting, creative place, even though there's a few that have had to die in the process. So the AstraZeneca Stipendium goes to the Transmodifiers who helped make Dark Souls a better livable place for those who were finding it boring. Moving up to the academies, one of the final places now. There's 2 professorships that are going out now. And the professorship is actually, it's coming like viva voce, if any of you guys know what that like university term means. But this is like the final approval after going through all of its stress testing and stuff like that, questioning and such. Professorships go to Vilius and Quiz Magister for the Vile Quiz Show. The Vile Quiz Show was a vodcast that was produced like where they discuss the idiosyncrasies of Dark Souls Remastered, while at the same time thinking of alternate like ways of doing things to have made Dark Souls like better, changed like features and stuff like that. For that effort, the Vile Quiz Show, both Vilius and Quiz Magister received professorships in the Vedkurtz Consortium's university. Last year, also, if you remember, Gaper of the Year this year, Gaper of the Year, Axel was also there for showing how low kilobyte uploads can hamper information received on the opposite end of the adversary. So yeah, thank you for that. Anyways, but that doesn't leave it for Quiz, right? Quiz this year is the Medal of Honor winner on the Vedkurtz channel 2021. Over the years, Quiz has creatively attempted to make like new events, like constantly trying to find new ways to create community features that are reliably happening at specific times in new ways. And like he's completely unashamedly taking like geeking to a new level by adding like a spreadsheet to DSR PC. Quiz Magister this year, Medal of Honor winner, and rightly so. Quiz Magister can be found here. And is regularly streaming sometime around 8 o'clock and onwards on Thursdays, regularly, with his new stress tester, looking to find who's the best at Dark Souls Remastered with his new Wild Westus scene. Go and check it out and go and try. Currently, Axel at the very bottom, Axel, Gaper of the Year, is at the bottom of the list. Good on you, Axel. We're happy to see that. Happy to see that. And who does Vedkurtz want to meet when they come into the ring? Well, Vedkurtz will have to say that I'm always looking forward to meeting Meph. I always have a ton of fun with Meph. Meph is an intuitive player who's very unselfish, actually. And he really knows how to read the room. Like Helena. I'd like to thank Meph for all of the times I have met you undercover. And for being as cool as you are when I'm just coming in as a random. Really appreciate that. Now, we're almost down at the end here now. Almost down at the end here now. Now, I know some of you are worried about the Russian buildup of military along the Ukrainian border. But don't be worried. Why? Because Sergey Quadruple X Emotic will be standing there waiting to chain BS all 150,000 of them. So there's no worry. There's nothing's going to happen there. You see him standing there with his CB, wearing giants, ready to teleport chain BS the whole lot. No problem there. He's standing there like he always does, waiting to protect the border. Other things, nicest thing that was ever said to Vedkurtz this year was from Zuckerboy. Talking about when I was helping out Vilius, I was just quickly, randomly invited to Vilius's event, the final cast that he was doing of the tournament, before it turned into sort of a shitstorm talking about words that aren't allowed to be used on Twitch or whatever, until I got kicked out by Alex. Anyways, Zuckerboy said it was good until Vedkurtz left. That was one of your broadcasts. You actually said that out loud. That actually made me feel like, oh my God, that's the nicest thing somebody's ever said to me. Thank you for that, Zuckerboy. When it comes to sort of BFs of the year, I have to say, I like to thank this guy here, the Chancellor of Switch, for showing up regularly and hanging out with me. When I've just been doing my community broadcasts and such. E-Tier can be found streaming Switch regularly, and I have the pleasure of meeting him quite often when I come online, which is awesome. Look at that, guys. You got your setup too. Exactly the same. That's nice. There we go. Got my ghost there. BF Lynch. And Vedkurtz inspiration of the year, of course, is none other than Siok Bong Kayun. I like to thank Siok Bong Kayun for making me create the Bong cast there for a while and all such things like that. Bong is back in game. I didn't think you were coming back, but good to see you out grinding again, my friend. Very good to see you. Looking forward to you streaming again. Bong was gonna get engaged with an Italian woman, but didn't work out. It didn't work out, unfortunately. Maybe next time. Oh yeah, this year. Right. Now if you're bored, right? If you're bored and stuff like that, you got to check out this here. Right? There. Check out that, and check it out at this timestamp here. Check it out at this timestamp here before it disappears. That's if you're bored. This guy, last year's streamer of the year, doesn't stream too much here, but one of those players where I love hearing what they have to say because it's hilarious. Cracks me up. That's something else. Now, when it comes to other things, it's interesting. Sort of one thing brings you to another thing. Now, I know everybody is more into anime and stuff like that. But me personally, I'm into Neiwaki, which is like urban landscaping in Japan and stuff like that. Vegetation, I'm talking about pruning, basically. And when I was going to see this guy here, I bumped into this guy who always showed up underneath. And this guy here, the lower guy, that Ino Misaki, he does walkthroughs of Tokyo that are so cool. He takes you walking through, he does his walks through Tokyo, and you can talk to him, he'll stop and look at stuff, you can ask him all sorts of questions. Any of you are real Japanese lovers and stuff like that, and like to go a little bit further into Japan without without it being anime and such, check out this guy here. He's very cool, and whatever you do, be nice, because he's a nice guy. He's not a dick fuck like I can be once in a while. Anyways, my friends, I'd like to thank you all for this time that we've had together in 2021. I don't know if I'll be back, but you never know. The game is developed in such a way that I'm sort of too old to be able to play it anymore. So I just kind of but you never know. The game is developed in such a way that I'm sort of too old to be able to play it anymore. So I just kind of I just kind of have to go do my own thing, I guess. But I'd like to thank everybody for partaking, and I still really enjoy watching, and I still really enjoy playing. If anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. Well, Merry Christmas, y'all, and thanks for this great year. And you know what? Dark Souls Remastered on PC. I see people pulling off memes. Look at that. I don't even have it here, right? Right? Dark Souls Remastered, everybody, on PC. Dark Souls Remastered, everybody. Isn't that right? Look at that. Christmas time here. All right, let's go. Oh, look at that. Oh, look, it was Huawei. It was Huawei, everybody. All right, now. Thank you for everything now. Dark Souls Remastered on PC. Praise it. All right.